Central PA's finest, the boy Phene. You tune in to Jacked Up with Brent and Jason on Jack FM. Keep it locked.
Jacked Up Radio, 93.1 FM. Well, okay, everybody, back on the show, and I got one of my favorite MCs out there right now on the phone with me. I'm talking Phene of High Off Life, and if you've been keeping track with us, yes, he has been on before, but a lot of stuff has went down since then, and we're going to get to all that first. But what's up, man? How you doing?
What's up? I'm doing great. Glad to be here, jacked up. I'm jacked up to be here. What's up with you, man?
No doubt, man. Just hanging around, getting ready to put out our own little tape, which is going to feature you, of course. It's going to be pretty awesome, but enough about me. We'll get to that later. The last time we talked was actually before the biggest and, in my opinion, the most notable project you've put out there, Got on a Greyhound, as well as the mixtape that prefaced it, Leap of Faith. Overall, from your point of view so far, what's been the general consensus and response to all the material?
The response has been exactly what I was hoping for from it. A lot's happened since I've last been on the show, but putting out both of them projects really has opened up more doors and kind of got my consistency back as far as, just dropping quality music. Since then, it's kind of led me on the road, doing more shows, kind of opening up my name in Atlanta more so. So, now I'm doing more shows out here in Atlanta. Some videos we had put out got nominated for a couple of awards. Leap of Faith got nominated for an award up in Central PA. So, the response has been great. As an independent artist, I'm just continuing to push further to reach more and more people, with the project. Because, it's still new to a lot of people. So, staying on these shows and making people listen, man.
Well, speaking of independent, in this day and age, it's widely regarded as a wise move, but has all the latest developments and hype and build-up and whatnot gotten you to change your interest in going with a label machine behind you, or do you just plan on continuing to go with what you're doing now?
For the time being, I just got to keep on rocking out, and building my brand and my team's brand, which will be High Off Life. There's certain things that a major label in a machine that they can offer you that you just can't have as an independent artist. Unless you have somebody with millions of dollars ready to put behind you, you can't deny the fact that, if a major label calls me today and the situation is right and they can push me to that next level and it makes sense, then I'm all for it, but at the same time, I'm not relying on that. You know what I mean? I got to build my brand and make them come to me, and they want to make them want to invest in High Off Life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, now, on a separate subject, one thing of interest to me and most people, and while not all that music related, you were in New York, I think, just last week, and stopped by the Occupy Wall Street protest. Could you dish out on that a little bit and give us an idea of what it's really like out there firsthand on the scene?
Hey, man, it's incredible. Like, I've been following the whole protest and everything, and I try to stay pretty current, keep up on my news and stuff. But it's hard to keep up with everything. But to actually go there to the front line and talk to the people that have been out there for the past month, it was an amazing, overwhelming experience. They've pretty much built their own community out there. Like, they're self-sufficient as far as they got stands with, food. You got people camped out in tents, and you got people helping making clothing and stuff, and everything, man. It's a beautiful thing. They really are out there riding for the cause. They've created their own newspaper. It's called the Occupied Wall Street Journal. The day I went, I got the third issue that they put out. But it's just amazing. Like, you see groups of people, 15, 20 people sitting in a circle and just trading knowledge and information with each other and debating, and everybody's kind of feeding off of each other's energy. Tons of people out there doing documentaries and filming and taking pictures. It's historic, like, our kids is going to read about this, and we can only hope that it continues to strengthen, and we see some results from the people finally speaking up in the U.S. Because we see it in other countries. We've been seeing it for the past year or two. A lot of stuff, other countries, the people fighting against, the governments and demanding some change. And it's beautiful to see our own people say, we've had enough. And it's a peaceful thing up there. There's a 50 cops on every corner, it seems like, right around there in New York. But at the same time, the people are keeping it peaceful, and it's a beautiful thing, man. Well, I would recommend anybody, if you have a chance, go to your local Occupy, wherever it might be close to you. And if it's not popping there, New York is the place to be. Like, it's crazy up there.
Now, what's your take on the crackdown in certain areas? Because I kind of find it a little bit odd that the main two crackdowns they're doing right now is in Oakland and also in Atlanta as well. I think they've actually shut the park down. Do you think that means that the powers that be are starting to get worried about this? Is this going to be a continuing trend, or what's your opinion on it?
They're definitely worried. I mean, that's obvious. I guess, a day or two ago here in Atlanta, they barricaded the entire park and they're arresting anybody who even walks through, from what I heard. So that's kind of crazy. I don't think they're going to stop the people, but as far as Atlanta goes, they definitely have to regroup, and if they're going to arrest anybody for walking through, I'm not sure what's going to happen here next. I did see some footage just last night from Oakland, and they're throwing, it's a little tear gas grenades or whatever, and they fractured some boy's skull, and they got it on tape, like of the dude, the police actually throwing, a little grenade and right into a crowd of people, and it explodes. Like, if you're right up on it, it's still gonna explode.
Yeah.
So it's crazy. Like that right there. I think something greater is gonna go down in Oakland. Like, we can't just, we're fighting a peaceful protest for the most part, and you got, police using brutality. Like, there's no reason to be throwing like grenades right where people standing. You know what I mean? So I don't know what's gonna happen, but it's just amazing to see everybody coming together in unity and solidarity and fighting for a cause.
Absolutely. And one little tidbit I was gonna tag on to that is you mentioned the guy getting hit with the canister. I was reading about that earlier myself, and it turns out the guy is an Iraq war vet who has done 2 tours over there. And I think last I heard he was in critical condition. So, I mean, it's pretty bad, and hopefully they'll get that worked out, and the people will get what they want. But getting on to more of a lighter subject and back to the music real quick, you've always been the kind of artist to focus not on material stuff, but important concepts, personal struggle, and achievement, the world in general, really. So, how is that going to change, or is it going to affect your music from what you've seen here recently?
Well, just to speak on, and I'm gonna get to that question. Just to speak on what you were saying, like the guy was a Marine, like you said.
Mm-hmm.
He's a vet or whatever. And there are some people saying that, it's just a bunch of jobless people or homeless people out here. They're the ones protesting, or hippies or whatever. I can say firsthand, I've seen, people who are well off out there up there protesting. I've seen World War II vets, an older guy with his wife sitting there. They created their own library for people to go through and get books. Like, this is real people on the front line. It's not just bums and stuff like that. So I just wanted to put that out there.
Yeah.
As far as my experiences, anything I go through in life, whether it's that, whether it's going back, to my city afterwards and seeing the struggles up there, like, everything affects me and how I write and everything. So, I can't say I'm gonna go make a song right now about, the Occupy movement, but, it does affect me, you know what I'm saying? So I can't really say if I feel the inspiration is something I've seen up there might definitely, find its way in my work, in the future.
Okay.
And we did, not to cut you, we did do, I got a webisode series I'm doing right now online, and we shot episode number 2 at Wall Street. We had the camera and everything, we did interviews with people and got footage, so I'm really excited to put that out. So that right there affects my work, you know what I mean?
So now where can you go to view those webisodes?
Well, we got them up on highofflights.com, and then they'll also be on YouTube. If you were just to search in Who is Phene, it would always come up.
Well, now, I also know you did a show in Atlanta recently, just a couple of nights ago, I believe, and you've been cleaning up and getting even more recognition and artist showdowns, things of that nature. Can you talk about some of that stuff that you did on that end?
Sure, yeah. I've lived in Atlanta for a few years now, so I really had to, moving down here not knowing nobody, I really had to recreate who I was down here and pretty much build my own base from scratch. So, I started out doing a lot of showcases around the city, and thankfully over time, people people just started to recognize. Like I won a contest out here. It's kind of like the Apollo in New York, but it's called Showtime at the Apache in Atlanta. And I won that about 2 months ago, back in like September. No, August. I won it in August. They brought me back in September for a feature, and then just a few nights ago, now it's since October now, they brought the owners brought me back for another feature. They gave me like a 30-minute show, so it was great, man. The energy was great. My following out here is starting to pick up, so I'm seeing more and more people showing up to the shows and showing support. So, you know, if anybody's listening from the A and they've been supporting, a big thank you. It's a beautiful thing. Like, the shows is really where it's at right now for me. You know, the music is there. I want to put on shows and really capture people. And Atlanta is a great place to do it. It's a big market, so it's been picking up.
That's great, man. I can't think really of a better artist that deserves those accolades. And with that said, besides an upcoming feature on our Underground Tapes promo release, plug, what's next for Phene and High Off Life after this?
That was smooth. Next up, I'm still pushing God on the Greyhound throughout the rest of 2011. I have started working on some more studio records, so you can expect some new music. I think I may put out a new project early 2012, but I'm honestly banging out a lot of new music and collabs and features with different artists from around the country right now. So, you know, if you stay in tune with like highofflife.com and Phene.net, you'll continue to hear some new music until the next, you know, full-length project comes out.
All right, man. Well, we certainly appreciate you being here. Once again, that is Phene of High Off Life. You can also follow him on Twitter at Phene. That's Phene. Again, highofflife.com. Like him on Facebook, all of that. I also can't forget my dude DJ Dub Floyd. We're going to be talking to him soon as well. Get at him on Twitter, and we'll be doing this again. Thanks for taking the time, bro.
Hey, appreciate you having me. Like I said, shout out to Dub Floyd. Shout out to you, Brent, for having me. Jacked Up, Dalton, Chattanooga, everybody up there. Rock with your boy, man. Phene, signing out.